My next guest is going to be back in action, taking on Esteban Rodriguez, BKFC Fight Night, November 1st. It is right around the corner. Happy to be joined by Zac Cavender here on the program. Zac, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for making time, man. I appreciate it. When did you find out about this fight? How did this all come together? Take me through that as we're leading into the fight.
Well, so I was actually looking to fight in September. We couldn't get anything going there, so I was just looking to get a fight as soon as possible. And then I saw that they were fighting in Michigan, and my previous opponent I fought was actually Esteban's teammate, and they're from Michigan. So I had my coach reach out, hey, we're still looking for a fight. They got back to us and said, we figured it would be Esteban. They said, I think we have a guy for you. We'll let you know. A couple days later, hey, we got Esteban. He's down to fight. And so I said, yes, absolutely. I like the guy. I respect him a lot. I like his attitude towards fighting, his positive energy, but he fights like I do. And you're not going for the win. You're going for the knockout every time, fast paced, hard punching. So that's kind of how it came about. The main event, it's my first main event in the BKFC. Not my first main event. I had one main event. It was a professional MMA title fight at heavyweight a few years ago, but that's how it all came about.
There we go. Okay, well, that's awesome. I mean, was this something you were expecting? A pretty big opportunity you got here.
I knew the Michigan show was going to be a smaller show. Esteban's pretty high up there in the rankings. I'm pretty sure he's knocking on a title shot, possibly has one if he beats me. And he just came off of a record-breaking knockout. It was like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So me and my coach and manager talked, and we figured it would be the main event before we were told it was the main event. So, yeah, we were actually expecting it, and here we are now.
Good stuff. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I think it's a good matchup. At our weight class, 205, second largest weight class, anything can happen anytime. Everyone's got knockout power with every punch, even jabs. But I think I have every advantage. Slightly taller than him. I'm a larger person. I think I'm more athletic. My footwork's better. And I think I have cleaner striking than he does.
And as far as camp goes, who have you had a chance to work with? Who's helping you get ready for this fight?
So camp's been really good. I train at the Tool Martial Arts Academy in Utah, as well as Extreme Couture here in Las Vegas, which is where I actually live. But I'm from Utah. Camp's been great. Extreme Couture is an awesome gym. I work with some of the best guys in the world, and they beat me up. But that's, if you want to be better, you got to get beat up. If you're the best guy in the room, it's the wrong room.
Yeah, and I know it's a big gym, but who are some of the main guys you get to work with over there at Extreme?
Oh, man, probably every big name you can think of. I've gotten time with a bunch of the top UFC fighters. It's simultaneously my favorite and least favorite guy to spar with is Sean Strickland.
I was going to say, yeah.
Every single time is... Yeah. I mean, he's an excellent matchup because his boxing is so perfect. But it just sucks because he's relentless. Even his straight jabs, they're fast. They don't look like they have knockout power. He's knocked me down multiple times, knocked my mouthpiece out. But it's a blessing to be able to spend time with someone so skilled, and hopefully some of that's rubbed off on me. I believe it has.
How is he, like, personality-wise, you guys kind of jive that way? Because I know he's like, what you see is what you get. Like, off camera, on camera, Sean Strickland's always the same.
Yeah, that's what you see is what you get. He's the same person. He doesn't play a character on camera. I know a lot of guys do that. He's sincere. He's honest. And that's who he is. I like him. I really like sincere and honest people, even if they're more rough around the edges. I'd rather surround myself with someone that's honest 100% of the time, rather than someone who pretends to be someone else to please you.
Yeah, very well said. Your corner, who will be making the trip with you? Who will be in the ring with you?
My coach, he's been my coach since I started doing any sort of combat sports. I actually met him in high school. He came in and taught us some wrestling. His name's Keith Asbury. He lives in Tooele, Utah. He'll be flying out and meeting me in Michigan. He'll be my corner.
There we go. That's awesome. Nice having the longtime coach there. And how's this one playing out on November 1st? How do you see it unfolding?
It's going to be a first-round knockout. That's how I fight. That's how he fights. That's what I'm looking for. That's what he's looking for. Whether it's me or him, that's what the fans want too. So I'm happy to be able to put that on for the fans. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be him falling down and me standing over him, not the other way around.
And we talked about there, I know it's a fight night, but it's a main event that's going to have a lot of eyeballs on it. I mean, this event is basically built around you two. A win, especially a first-round finish like you're predicting here, what would that do for your career? Where do you go from here if all goes well on the first?
So I've already had a pretty fast starting explosive career, excuse me, in the
Mhm.
BKFC. I have 2 first-round knockouts within a minute. One was knockout of the night. The other one, I mean, there was a lot of good knockouts that night, like there always is. I was a little disappointed I didn't get it, but everyone's gunning for the same thing right now, I'm pretty sure, and that's a spot in the big multi-million dollar tournament next year, and that's what I'm gunning for. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to ask for. I'm going to knock this guy out in the first round. It's going to be knockout of the night. It's going to be a fantastic finish. I'm going to ask for my shot. I'll believe I've earned it.
And not looking past, I'm the one asking the question. I know people always get weird when we talk about the future, but like, is there anyone in BKFC that you want to fight? Like, it would be like a perfect matchup for you in that tournament.
I got 2 names, of course. The title holder, who's I believe he's fighting this Friday, Chris Camozzi.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for that guy. I'd like to fight him for the title, and it'd be really cool if that happened mid tournament. And there's another big name that just showed up in the BKFC. Dude's a legend. I have a lot of respect for him. He came out and performed his last fight too. That's Yoel Romero. And I want to fight a big name like that. I want to put my name on the map. I want to prove myself. I'm not one that looks for easy fights. I like the hard fights. I like the big names. Those 2 names definitely stand out to me. The current title holder, Chris Camozzi, and Yoel Romero, a legend of combat sports.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's a great thing about BKFC signing so many big names like that. Even Camozzi, I've known him for forever, fighting in UFC and everywhere else, and obviously done quite well in BKFC. So I got to ask this before we get out of here. I live in Canada. We're big hockey fans. Utah Mammoth, are you interested in that at all? I mean, they're playing actually pretty well this season.
There's one sport for me, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, combat sports. That's what I stick to. I don't really keep track of anything else. It's going to be MMA or the BKFC for me. I don't even have that much interest in traditional boxing.
Okay.
You know, it's too slow. It's not fast paced enough. I like the dynamic of MMA or the absolute brutality of bare knuckle boxing.
Much like Sean Strickland, I like the honesty there. I got a quick story for you about the Utah Mammoth real quick. Last year, they didn't have a team name. I went to one of the games because I was like, I got to see this. It's their first season. So I go, and, the laws in Utah are a little bit different than elsewhere. I'm obviously from Canada, and they wouldn't let me buy alcohol with my driver's license. You need a government, it was a government ID, but they said I needed my passport. I was like, I'm not going to bring my passport to a hockey game. That seems very weird. So we had to get someone else to buy us alcohol. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's a Utah thing all the time. You know, it was actually a really big culture shock when I moved from Utah to Las Vegas, of all places.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, any tourism in Utah, they're always shocked by the extremely strict laws around alcohol.
Yeah, that's a bit of an interesting. But I will say, everything reasonably priced there. I did enjoy that a lot more than Vegas. Vegas, the opposite, a little overpriced with stuff. Utah, a lot cheaper, so it kind of balances it out, I guess. Zach, this was awesome. I really appreciate it. It's BKFC Fight Night, November 1st. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I always want to thank my teams. You know, I'm in there by myself, but if you're a one-man team, you're probably not a good fighter. You know, thank you to the Tool Martial Arts Academy. Thank you to Extreme Couture. Big thanks there. I get a lot of support actually from where I work. I work at High Desert State Prison. It's maximum security prison. Man, they're like my family there. Thank you to all the correctional officers there that are always rooting me on and supporting me. And even actually some of the good-natured inmates. They wish for the best for me. They support me. So thanks to all of them.